Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Darksiders. Let's continue the game. It's been a couple of days for me, maybe one day in total, really. Uh, always have to take a little bit of a break to play Hearthstone every 3 days, and we are out here, and immediately I'm gonna cough, so I'm gonna walk forward and mute myself. There we go. So we got into this Black Thorn area, which might be the end of the game, but I know there's at least probably one sub-boss that's gonna happen here first. This is an interesting, like, soul tunnel. It feels like I might be trapped after I walk through this. This is a cool little bridge, but I wouldn't be surprised if this section is just for loading purposes. Like, that's what all these doors are about. In 7 years ago, doors like this absolutely necessary so that the door over there can unload that section. Nowadays, you could easily have just, well, probably not easily, but you could have probably eliminated half the doorways, if not all of them, and just had this open world.
Azrael, heaven help me. The seventh seal was not broken. What have you to fear from me, Angel of Death? If you do not intend to kill me, then perhaps you will help me. You've given me no reason to do either. Listen to me.
His lips don't move.
The gate must be shut. The tower must be cut off from the well. It is from the well that the Destroyer draws his power. The Well of Souls? Millions of souls, yes. Enslaved, twisted. A corrupt power to fuel the Destroyer's armies. You are steward of the underworld, watcher of the well. Not a single soul flows back into this world without you knowing. Unless, gatekeeper, you opened the way. The Destroyer sent the mightiest of his chosen against me. I fared no better than you did, Horseman, against Straga. Straga? You will take me to him. You have my word. Then tell me what I must do, Angel of Death.
So here's a weird twist here. They're calling this guy the Angel of Death, Azrael, but that's not the death in Darksiders 2. So they probably should have just not called him that, because it's confusing. How many deaths are there in this world? Also, we worked with a demon, and now we're going to...
You must find some way to draw power to this chamber.
So we've got to draw power into this, and we're going to help this angel. Maybe this will be 3 more bosses, but I bet it's a little bit simpler than that.
You must find some way to draw power to this chamber.
So you can see there's these orbs here that would empower him, and I assume this is the Well of Souls, in which he opened it, and cells do seem to be a source of power, which kind of then confuses the issue, because why is it that my collection of souls hasn't made me particularly stronger? And wants me to get far to that doorway. And this is going to be a little bit of a puzzle room. And we can see we have a new style of torches that one would assume, if I switch to this, like, you can't even hit them. So this moves the whole doorway. So I could go through that doorway, but I can't jump up through that doorway. Now eventually we're gonna get that new ability, the portal gun, that's gonna work on these. We've seen these throughout the game, and remembering that this game actually came out probably before even Portal 1, it's understandable if people wouldn't immediately realize that's what they were and they weren't just there as something else. Also, even if you did realize that it is something of importance, there's no guaranteeing that you would know or understand of how it would work or whether it would, when it would become useful. So this opens a hole there, and this opens a hole here. So now I've got two lined up holes in the wall. That the circular holes obviously are an implication that you're not supposed to just well, I don't have this gun though. Let's just double check to make sure I didn't pick up this piece of equipment at some point and forget about it. There is something here, though it screams to me that we are closer to the end than one would think. Oops. I definitely don't need to do that. Well, see, that didn't work either. And maybe I need to run to a different section, because, well, nope. So the game is doing me the courtesy of telling me I have to go this way. But this path opened up too, which means I can probably just walk through this whole area. So I must be misinterpreting the portals as something that I need to do right now, when in actuality I'm not ready for it. Go ahead and collect as many souls as possible, considering I have a large amount of well, no, I have a small amount of souls right now, and that's part of the problem. See, this isn't gonna work great. I have to switch and then hit and then switch back. See, this puts me in a place, but I don't think that's where I want to be. I think I want to be up here. Yes. Unfortunately, I think I now need to convert it again. So I don't believe I can move, can hit the other one. So we have a very nicely thought out vertical puzzle going on here. And then I guess we'll be left with the question of, as far as like, are we gonna fight any enemies here, or was that all puzzle? I'm not sure I could actually manipulate the puzzle to go back. We have a new enemy. Let's go ahead and kill this. Try to collect as many souls as possible. We're kind of in a weird position now with our health too, because I'm not certain that a health chest would actually give me a full thing of health. But I don't want to hit the bee kills. If at all I can avoid them, my goal is to not do that. Interesting. What does this do? And when I turn this, both of them spin. Okay, I see. So I need to do this once, which this is the default you do in any game, is you would turn it to reveal a secret, you would activate that secret, then you would turn it back to fix everything. And now I should have a valid place, and the game is being ever so generous to make sure I know it. Possible that you could have double jumped and simply, like here we have some wrath. I said it right. Wow, maybe I'll remember to say it right every time. And over here we have some health. And I say we should have 3 or 4 health. So we should probably get to about halfway before we hit a health chest. And here we have a smaller tower. And if we could look at the map, I imagine if we had a map, we're going to find a tower over here and a tower over there. And the world map doesn't help us much with that assumption. So the question becomes, will this be a really, really short experience of towers? Or is this in itself going to turn into another potential 3 hours of gameplay? They're being much heavier and nastier about locking us in. But that's actually just helpful. It really just tells us that we are going the right direction. Sure, we'll probably end up fighting something when we get down here. Yep. It's the same voice. I just did not realize how much of voice repetition went on in this game. It's easy to overlook. Something new is attacking. So I used my stone skin, but now I'm just using my chaos form, And I think that's probably a good strategy from now on, is to stone skin and chaos, and then on rare occasions do wrath attacks. Maybe doing wrath attacks actually adds now we fought this character before, and they weren't really that powerful. So I don't know if maybe without the chaos form, I have to do more work. I don't know. See, maybe you get the same amount of souls each time, but I don't think you do. I think it's a conversion. I think if you hit the B kill, you are intentionally saying, I don't want that. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the stone skin off and just kill him. And here we go. Well, that certainly was quite easy. When we look at all the collectibles, if I just take a second here, 6 pieces of gear, great for the first game, but it really leaves you wanting more for the next game. I could see, like, if they had continued down the path of making a Zelda-like game in Darksiders 2, which arguably they should have. It's kind of a great argument to have, because somebody went in a completely different artistic dimension. Here you can see the red and blue element, Void Walker it's called. An arcane relic that creates portals, allowing instant travel between 2 points. Press and hold right trigger to create a charge portal that greatly increases war's exit velocity. This may have actually been after Portal, or like very close to that time. So if we went here, and then we've got to find where the other ones are. I mean, we could certainly do a charge portal there, and we can do things like dash through this. Charging portals, press and hold to create a charge portal. Do you have to do it on both sides? The thing is, I need to jump up to this, and they're intentionally making it so you can't just jump here. So this should just shoot me right through it for as much as it's worth. And so we'll jump down this hole, which, while there are some attacks that would go through that, not enough. And see, it seems like the game is trying to help me as much as possible. How are we doing on health? I think we probably should take the health option at some point. So we got up here, and that's great news. But it doesn't actually fix anything. Like, no Void Walker, nothing here. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go over there? Yes, I guess I am. While aiming with a portal, press this to remove them from the world. Okay, but press the left trigger to remove them. Alright, good to know. So that worked. That worked fine, I suppose. And it's whatever you use last is the next thing. See, that moved the portal upward. Which now, apparently there was an explosive thing there. So let's try that again. Run this way. So I imagine what we want to do is wait for it to roll back down again, just for that, then roll it back up, and when it gets back up there, I didn't hit the switch or it didn't activate one way or the other. Now we want to, when this is clear, jump through it and just hover, and now we're higher up. Oops. I shouldn't have gone. Yeah, killing that guy is not going to be helpful. And locking on to a Voidwalker weapon is not very helpful either. So let's take some hits there, I guess. Now, over there and over there, we've got a thing. So, next place I can actually find a portal to, that would be nice. Ah, it deleted my portal. Interesting. Seems like it wants me just to speed boost into this thing. Are we ready for the health? Let's see what happens here. We'll take this away, this away. We'll make a charged one there. We'll make a charged one here, and we'll go. And we'll... It has this factor of like, it's not really going this way. So 3 skulls was enough, and for the wrath, that gets me to full for that too. Oh, I see. I'm supposed to do this. We'll try that again. Let's go. I don't know what we're doing here, but I assume what we're doing is we're going to end up in a fight. Oh, I remember these golems. Pains in the butt. So, if I remember correctly, we need to do this and then either shoot them or get on top of them. So let's shoot one here in the middle and then one here. And action. And see, probably a good time to run away. Little edges here not proving to be helpful. This is weird because this is literally the second time I've said I fought something that was painful and it didn't end up that way. So I don't know if I was playing this game on apocalyptic mode perhaps, and that was the problem when I first played it, or if maybe they've changed things. That is a possibility too, that things have just been made easier in the Warmastered edition. Darn it. Oh, this is killing me like crazy. Let's go ahead and put on a steel skin. Steel skin greatly increases our damage, but I imagine you needed to do this 3 times anyways. Gosh, you gotta be careful here. Oh, was I supposed to just hit B and I didn't even see it? And I turned off the stone skin in the middle of that cutscene. Interesting. That is rather amazing. Now what's weird here is we've missed something back here, so that locked doorway is now gonna have to be changed. Now I wanted to delete the specific thing because it seems like the energy and the electricity gets transferred from container to container. Maybe this is the section we missed before. But I missed something, and at this point, there's actually no reason not to do this. The portal looked like it was a lot larger than the previous one. Darn it. Went too fast. There we go. And that gets me here, and that lets me make this path here. And I assume this is, Fury's Embrace. This legendary artifact dramatically boosts War's Wrath generation and reveals the location of all items on the current map. Really? Is that a passive bonus or a... It seems like it's a passive bonus. So that is very useful. Very, very useful. Okay, let's look here and look at the info. Slotted bonus, Wrath Leech on every weapon strike. Passive bonus boosts Wrath power damage. Reveals all world maps and items. Additional Wrath boost on killing blows. These legendary ones in particular are turning out to be very useful. But I still kind of don't want this slotted weapon taken off. This Ravager, because while it's slotted, it's giving me more souls, and I desperately need more souls. Look at my health, too. That is a concern. This is really cool that the thing just gets left there. Oh, darn it. That's the last thing I needed to do. Well, now we're down lower. So, we can jump down here. And hopefully we can jump down here without messing up too much. And ideally now we just need something in that one and something in that one. I don't know if there's really a real reason to make the player charge up for a long time on that weapon, considering it's not like actually doing anything in battle. Of course, we're gonna have to use a weapon here in battle in a second. Let's switch to this and actually, let's just go into chaos mode and save as much health as possible. Seems like there might be a stronger variant of this enemy, or this enemy is going ethereal and only really taking damage at certain points. That was a prime time in which I should have dodged. I've got to get really good at dodging. Because this game is very much centered around a style of playthrough that requires exchanging a lot of health for doing the damage that you need to do. See, I'm not really certain that... See, how much wrath did I collect there? Is that enough to counteract what I'm spending? The red demon. Let's see. Is that something they call me? They never really explain whether war was originally a demon or what? Like, are half of them angels and half of them demons? Or does it really matter? Probably not very much. But see, and that was a small amount of wrath that I collected. And less than I thought I would actually get. And we now have to go assign them our weapons differently. Let's go ahead and assign that there. The gun is not going to be used. The gun gets a shorted here, as it's not helpful or useful. And so that's not the longest of long. Portal there, then switch to this here, and right trigger, jump, right trigger, jump, right trigger, jump. Notice how I'm going slightly off angle, and then back to the portal gun, and we do this. And that opens the doorway for us. And I don't believe there's any... Well, I guess I don't even have to believe. I can just look at the map. The next collectible is in the puzzle room that we were in before. Have to be pretty close to the doorway. Let's see. So... assuming I'm not supposed to just do something like this, I am guessing I need to work my way around this. Let's see. This starts here and ends here, and that tells me what? Well, it doesn't tell me much of anything right now. Let's see, a lot of changing's gonna go on here. Now I have to basically solve the puzzle for a second time. It's a little repetitive. Just... darn it. Getting a pretty large amount of life taken away from me every time I accidentally fall. And it seems like they've got it programmed specifically so you can't make that jump. But I may not actually even need to make the jump. I may simply, yeah. Now that I have this, I can... It's not really working. Like, come on game, what's your trick here? Clearly that's it. Clearly that's what I'm supposed to do. And yet it's not working. It's totally hitting. It's totally hitting a wall. Which at the very least we can put this here and get this collectible. Nice for that. Now we have a map. Alright. It seems like what's supposed to happen is I'm not supposed to shoot this yet. Instead, I'm supposed to get the energy to go through. Interesting, I could trigger this. Why could I not trigger this one then? Interesting, they just didn't program that one. Okay, weird. I guess you can probably guess that there's a lot of weirdness going on with the game this old. That little things that you wouldn't probably notice unless you're trying to look at it with an expert eye, which also means you very well may be killing the enjoyment for yourself. At the end of the day, the fact that I can't lock onto this flame doesn't matter one bit. There's no trick or strategy or secret to it. The map and the special ability I now have would totally fix that, or show that there was a collectible if there was. So we've got one of them powered.
Horseman, I never imagined that you would be my salvation. Hurry now, before Strahd learns of your coming.
When I found you, you said the seventh seal was not broken. I've heard those words before. Abaddon said the same, right before he died.
Weird electricity just floating around in the background. I think it's supposed to be there, but looks awkward. And so that changes this area and allows us to climb up higher in an awkward way. Let's see what this guy has to say.
The beams. Redirect the beams.
What's interesting is, what is this guy gonna say?
The angel's hiding something. Let's free him so we can find out what he knows.
So we've got to redirect the beams now to
There is no
hit.
time. The well of souls must be shut.
So I can apparently not reach that.
Redirect the beams.
I'm trying. And so we've got this, which now, is this high enough? No. We'll fix that. So we're going up a little bit higher. We can't get through this doorway, but we can get on top of this once it spins around again. Also, I think I could probably just grab the ledge. Nope, nope, nope. Can't grab the ledge. That was an experiment that could have cost me a few seconds. Alright, so we are on top now. Trying to get as high as we can. This is kind of a cool idea, running in a circle. Also, I guess inherently it's kind of a waste of time. Let's see. Can I hook shot this here? And then... well, forget it. I think I probably could have hookshot this. Yeah, you can. Interesting. Let's... not quite close enough. There we go. Actually... and you're in this weird purple void. Right here in this corner. This is probably how they start to unload things. If I was to guess. And that's right on the edge of in this area, which I imagine is comparatively a small so we've got that, and we want to fly on that. So is this a place you can shoot? No. Let's get down here. The idea here is I want this to line up when I can actually make it through. And I guess I could just look through this. And see, he's not really being helpful. And why is he repeating himself that much? Nope. I see this section, but I don't think that's the right section. I think I need to have a nice flat area that I can enter. These are clearly not when I should jump. That lines up nicely with the energy. We have all of this, and are we wasting our time? Is it actually a case of I can leave this area right now and need to go fight another golem to get more souls? I think it is. That's the way we came. And and see, I'm up there. And the way I'm looking right now is also the way we started. And there is no beams of energy. So I think I am supposed to just jump right when I see that thing. And yeah, I'm being real descriptive. Jump when I see the uncharged soul emitter, and hopefully that will lower me into the area just below the... so right here. Yes. That's a little confusing. More than a little confusing. And see, we can see this purple-esque hue, and maybe that's what we were seeing before. How long have we been playing? Okay. And see, we have this elevator that screams to me a fight is coming, because frankly there's too much space on this elevator for there not to be a fight. It won't be a huge fight though. I seriously doubt the game is going to want me to fight something, one of the really big demons. Doing B to generate wrath, and as soon as I think I've killed everybody, there goes my stone skin, and then I'll just bring it back when I need it. It is increasing my damage as well as protecting me, so see, you've got all these spinning stone things showing that clearly you can't fall off the edge, or clearly that's what they anticipated to happen. And we'll wait till we get up here, decide if it's gonna say we defeated them all. Yep. Not too bad. Instead of it being a loading sequence, even if that actually was a loading sequence, where you just ride an elevator, they've cleverly satirized Mass Effect before I think Mass Effect came out, because Mass Effect 1 and even I think the later games had incredibly long loading sections in which you rode in elevators, doing nothing but possibly listening to people talk. So we've got platforms going on here, and that's not gonna work. Is there anybody over there? I've got to be on this because of the hook shots over there. I could hook shot some of these characters, possibly. Like, in theory at least. It just brought the enemy to me. I thought it was going to bring me to the enemy. Well, there's 4 of them. Well, there's 5 of them, so if I can get up here and do all 5, I'll get that achievement. Last time I only got 4 though. So maybe that will work. Can we get close enough to them? Ooh, this kind of puzzle could prove itself to be painful to try and work with. Because unless I start getting rid of these guys, like, they're gonna just constantly do this to me. And see, I've got that ricochet thing going on, which will just kill them both. Nice. So all I have to do is kind of get close to the other one. And I suppose this that's just that. And see, does that kill him too? Alright. But half my life is gone here. So if we want to look at it objectively, that cost us quite a bit just to get to this level. I think they did a pretty good job here of making it obvious where things were going. Like, let's see, I think I'm gonna come back in this area later, so we'll just move forward. Like, they made it pretty obvious that there were sections, the floor was gonna disappear, and how fast the floor was gonna disappear. Alright, so this one's not too bad, I don't think. I just need to wait till this and this happens and see what this does. Well, see, that's the problem now. How could I do that? Can I shoot a portal through a portal? This is illogical. But I think it worked. I think it works, so yeah. I shot a portal through a portal. Something that the Portal game, Portal 1 and 2, never allowed. Just for the logical mind bending of it, it makes sense. So we've got this glass cannon character, and we'll go ahead and use our chaos mode now. The problem with the chaos mode is the fact that more enemies show up later, so you can't use it as nicely as you would to just eliminate everybody on the screen. Let's see, here we go. I'm doing a lot of work just to turn on and off Stone Skin. And they put a special thing over the portal over there too to make sure. So this is weird. I was at 2 health bars and that still didn't help. And there's 2 health chests right there. So one for now, one for later. I think that's what the game is implying. And should I just save my wrath? 2? I guess I should. So looking at the map, did we miss anything? Yes, we missed 2 collectibles in that previous room, which I imagine we'll collect later. And then down here is an area that we probably haven't visited yet, where we missed a couple other collectibles. But that says the door is unlocked. Green means the door is unlocked. The legend might as well be on all the time because you can't actually zoom in. Anyways, the only time it would not make sense to have the legend is if you're looking way over here and trying to fill the entire screen with the map. Then it makes some sense. But, so I guess I'm happy for the option, even if the option is perhaps more excessive than what we really need. We can see there's multiple chests in this next room, all over, chests all over, which suggests to me that we did a puzzle section before and we're going to do a more fighting arena style thing. According to the game, we've been playing almost 12 hours. I don't know if that is accurate at all. Now it starts to feel like we may have skipped and we've played less than 12 hours. We've been in combat, however, for 2 hours and 21 seconds, which means it is counting like every second that the combat modes start and adding that up, which seems like, again, a superfluous, to use a big word, probably wrong. It seems just like an extra option you don't really need. Total number of kills I get, total number of deaths I get, distance traveled, not really needed in this game because that doesn't really mean anything. Total souls collected means a lot. Highest combo means a lot. Demon blood spilled doesn't mean anything. It's only there for an achievement. It would not even be in the game otherwise. There is one more piece of equipment, I know, and there has to be 3 more consumables, but that's not to say that those 3 consumables are in this area or in any area I actually need to be around to finish the game. We also have 2 enhancements that we've overlooked. We're making progress to getting to the 4th tier with the Chaos Eater, and then the weirdness will come about when I try to level up massively the Scythe and the Trimmer Gauntlets. And since we've collected now 2 of the other legendary things, that implies that there really isn't anything that will drastically increase the weapons experience other than the one I have right now, which is, what is that called? War's Glory. So I'd have to put War's Glory on the Scythe and try and play with it there, and then put it on the Trimmer Gauntlet. And I'm not sure we're really going to have that happen. Also, 3 more collectibles. We've seen at least 1 in this map. I wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe 1 big one and 1, maybe 2 small ones, and then the rest I imagine are in the overworld where we've just missed them. I would love a Lifestone Shard improvement too. That's still an issue. 1 more Lifestone Shard would help. More Wrath Shards would... No, Wrath Shards. I was doing so good too about calling them Wrath Shards. Would also be helpful. Let's go ahead and save. So, as we're saving here, that's going to be it for this recording. It's called The Black Throne, is where we are. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.